I'm Thinking of Ending Things is a Netflix movie directed by Charlie Kaufman, and in a world of huge, massive tentpole blockbusters dominating theaters, crowding out the space for smaller, more provocative indie films, this is a refreshing film to see, and I'm glad it's found a home on the streaming platform that is Netflix. For this video, I'm going to be breaking it down into two parts. The first half is going to be a non-spoiler review, and the second half is going to be an analysis/explanation. So I'll leave a time code here and in the description if you want to jump straight to the explanation of the film. So on to the review. This film is exactly in line with other of Kaufman's films. They're more about the philosophy and the ideas behind the film than the plot itself. The plot's just kind of the building on top of the foundation that is all the things that Charlie Kaufman's been thinking about. But just to give a brief synopsis, the story begins centered around the character played by Jessie Buckley, which has many different names throughout the film. She's invited over to her boyfriend Jake's parents' house for dinner, and the film kind of goes from there and expands on the conversations and the ideas. The film is a rather challenging film. It's definitely not a typical plot-driven narrative. There's a lot of cuts into seemingly unconnected things throughout the movie, like a television show or this seemingly random high school janitor. Characters will go into deep monologues or poems or recreate film reviews or go into these stories about their past that never line up, and it's incredibly impressive to watch on screen. All the cast is absolutely picture perfect for this. They don't skip a beat, and every monologue or conversation seems well earned and really help to unsettle the audience in a well-crafted way. If you're going into this film thinking about it as a horror film, I would probably warn against that. It's a film that you're going to be thinking about for a long time and that you'll discuss with your friends after. It's not a typical film, and I think audiences will find it entertaining at the surface level, but you have to know exactly what you're getting into. And this film has deep themes and meanings that you need to kind of scratch under the surface and constantly be thinking about what you're seeing on screen as opposed to what is actually being said by the filmmakers. The cinematography of the film is really beautiful. It's in a 4:3 aspect ratio, which is super typical for television and really plays into the meaning of the film. The way it's edited is mesmerizing and makes the film feel much longer than it actually is, which I think is completely intentional and doesn't make it less gripping in any way. It's just that this movie feels like a very long time with long stretches of not a lot of action. I particularly love the car scenes because of the way the sound is edited. The windshield wipers going back and forth kind of add this hypnotizing motion to it, and the film really sucks you in right from the beginning, even if you don't know exactly what's going on at first. So on Netflix, there's a massive grab bag of films, and it's a mixed bag. There's a lot of films that attempt to do what this film is doing in trying to be strange, out there, psychological, without any actual philosophical or ideas that actually drive the film itself. Which is a movie like Horse Girl. Like, why was that movie a thing? But if you're into psychological films that will keep you thinking about them for a long time, I'm Thinking of Ending Things is definitely a great fit for you. Now on to the analysis portion of this video. This is just my personal thoughts and opinions on the film. Some of it has been confirmed by Charlie Kaufman himself, but a lot of it is speculation and me trying to put together clues throughout the film to make sense of it all. So I think the main idea to start making sense of this film is the fact that Jake, the janitor, is imagining his past in kind of an alternate reality where Lucy is this kind of imagined significant other that Jake never could achieve. So Jake the janitor is imagining bringing over a girl like Lucy or any of the other names that he gives her to meet his parents. And his parents change ages and mental states and states in their health throughout the entire visit because Jake is trying to place Lucy in one of the times of his life and trying to imagine how that would go. Now, the reveal that Lucy is in fact part of Jake's psyche is well done in the sense that she still maintains a type of agency throughout the film. So she's still making her choices and she's trying to figure out whether or not she can escape her ultimate demise in Jake's mind, which explains the scene at the ice cream shop where the girl says that there's still time and that she doesn't have to go. So as all these things play out in Janitor Jake's mind, to me the title of the film comes into play. I'm thinking of ending things when the janitor goes into his car and closes his door and takes his clothes off and he subsequently freezes to death. I think that's what the film means by I'm thinking of ending things. Lucy, part of Jake's consciousness, is what Jake is thinking in terms of whether or not he should continue with his life as he's full of regrets. Another key aspect of the film, it explores the way media and movies and television impact the way that we think and impact who we are as people. Lucy is a combination of all the media and portrayals of women that Jake has seen throughout his life on television, which explains the diner scenes as Jake is trying to make Lucy part of this cultural idea of what womanhood is. And you'll even see in the second half of the movie, the actresses for Lucy switch out to the one that's in the diner. That also explains the kind of break that Lucy has into regurgitating a film review, as she's part of the media and the culture and the analysis of the media that Jake has partaken of throughout his life. Now, the ending of the film is Jake being ushered away into kind of the afterlife, as I take it. The pig that you see is the pig from the story of when they first arrive on Jake's family's farm, and Jake explains how the pigs had died being eaten alive. The pig takes dead Jake to the auditorium where Jake looks on his imagined reality and all the people and the media that's influenced him and has made him who he is. So really, this film is a cool exploration of what it means to be a person being infiltrated by media all the time and the way it affects the way we see people, the way we imagine others, and the way it affects us to our inevitable end. So it's a deep film, lots of layers. If you have any more fan theories, please place it in the comments. Warn people about spoilers too. And if there's a movie you want me to explain or analyze next time, please let me know. And I think that's about it.